look, I think the '06 team was, on track to be better than the '05 team. And obviously, like, Detroit and Minnesota were both awesome that year too. Like the White Sox won like 90 games in '06. Like they won the World Series, and then they went out and got Javi Vasquez, and they traded for Tomey, and it was super fun in the first half. So that team was fun. But look, I was 8 years old in 1993 when the White Sox like ripped my heart out and decided to like, like when for the strike, right, or for the lockout or whatever, and Jerry Reinsdorf was heavily influenced in that. Look, I didn't know any better then because I was 8. I just knew that the team was really good and there wasn't going to be baseball, and like a lot of people and adults in my life thought the White Sox were going to the World Series. So, I think that's Frank Thomas is what made me a White Sox fan. I got a lot of Cubs fans in my family, and I really could have went either way, and I watched both teams. But I love Frank Thomas, so all those teams. But there's been a lot of frustrating ones too, though. Obviously,
those early '90s White Sox teams, they kind of captured national attention, and partly I think was just the jersey redesign.
Yeah, they're very culturally like, and again the hip hop world, like they were like they're like super popular.
Yeah, I remember that was that rotation of Jack McDowell, Alex Fernandez,
Wilson Alvarez, Jason Bray. I know. Yeah. I think the White Sox had, like, in the '90s, they had 4 straight first-round picks of Frank Thomas, Robin Ventura, Alex Fernandez, and I think Jack McDowell. Those are 4 straight first-rounders. I mean, that's pretty good. And they always found a way to add guys like Tim Raines or who, like Harold Baines, played forever on some of those teams, So those teams were fun. Yeah, exactly. Fisk.
I used to like Vance Johnson.
Yeah, the White Sox always had, and even like that's the Kenny Williams joke, and Kenny Williams is still around and has an office or whatever. Like Kenny always gets his guy. That's like our joke here. So even like the '08 team that made the playoffs, and beat the Twins in like that blackout game, like they got Ken Griffey Jr. and like played him in center when he was, like it's just like the White Sox had Manny Ramirez for 30 games, like back in, I don't even remember what year that is.
They had Bo Jackson.
Yeah,
too.
like the White Sox have always done this, where they just get some guy that Kenny's wanted forever, and he finally gets him once he's bad. Like that's now like people think that the White Sox will one day have 42-year-old Manny Machado playing third base. So
I wouldn't surprise. I mean, and then again, they didn't have Albert Bell too. After they signed Albert Bell too, that big deal.
Well, so they had Albert Bell, like they had like 2 of his best years ever. So that was back when. So Jerry Reinsdorf didn't spend then either, and everybody kind of said that he would never spend. And then after the lockout, he like went against his other owners and like signed the biggest contract at the time. He signed Albert Bell. But then Albert Bell like had like an opt out in his contract that triggered after year 2. And he went to Baltimore and kind of like flamed away or whatever. But yeah, he was awesome here.